is episode 6 of the Detroit Lions franchise, the Motor City Quest. Last game, we got beat by the Packers 31-22. It was a pretty contested game. Todd Gurley made his debut, so if you didn't check that one out, go ahead and look at the playlist. Go back and watch it. If you haven't even watched any of the series, go back and go to the playlist and watch it. So here today we got the Minnesota Vikings. As you can see by the title of this video, we're going to be trading Matthew Stafford. It's time for a new era here in Detroit. So let's go ahead and see what we can get. We've already made 2 big trades this season. One was Todd Gurley, who made his debut last week, and week 2 was Von Miller. So I don't want to make a trade every video, but I think this is what is going to have to be done. We're 0-5. We're not going anywhere. So let's send Matthew Stafford to a contender and see if he can resurrect his career somewhere else. But in exchange, we do want a quarterback back that we can see if he can be a bridge quarterback. And my thought was immediately Tyrod Taylor potentially. Got a guy like Matt Moore. That wouldn't make much sense though. Jacoby Brissett. Josh Rosen could be an intriguing player. See if he could be our future. I've thought long and hard about this. We're going to go and we're going to get Josh Rosen from the Miami Dolphins. This was a rumored trade back a couple of years ago. I believe when Adam Gase was still head coach in Miami. Stafford was going to go to the Dolphins in exchange for a first-round pick. So we're going to send Stafford to the Dolphins for Rosen. And we'll probably take a second. And we'll see. Nah, it's not going to go through. We're going to have to add a few picks of our own in here. As it looks right now, we don't have very many picks. So we're going to go ahead and send a 4 and a 5 for Josh Rosen and a 2. And Josh Rosen is the newest quarterback here in Detroit. We'll see if he's the future. I at least want to get started a brand new era here in Detroit. So we get Stafford off the books and we can figure out if Josh Rosen is the savior of the Detroit Lions. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. There's not much different about the team. All stays the same. We do have a big injury report though, a big injury decision. Danny Amendola. We're just going to start Antonio Callaway. We're good with that. So let's go ahead and upgrade our players here. Made a few adjustments to the sliders. The gameplay sliders. So we'll see if it makes a difference on our season. We are currently 0-5 and we're playing the 1-5 Minnesota Vikings. And we're playing them at home, so let's go ahead and get into it. We're an 81 to their 84 overall. I think we're going to bust out the silver uniforms for this game. They'll go ahead and wear their white on white. So silver versus white. Let's go. Pumped up about this one. I haven't recorded a Detroit Lion video in a couple of days. Kind of got burnt out on it. Had to figure out some sliders, see if we can fix the gameplay. And I played a game, and so far it feels pretty good. Feels realistic, more realistic than what it was. So hopefully we can have more success. But let's get going, guys, here in Detroit. And we're going to be kicking off first, so we'll get the ball to start the second half. And here we go. Prater kicks it off, and it's just going to be a touchback here in the end zone by the Vikings, and they're going to be starting at the 25. So our pass rush defense has been pretty good this season. It's just been our inability to stop the run and stop the pass, but we can get after the quarterback. We definitely have the players on the defensive line to do that. So gain of about 1 yard there by Kyle Rudolph. Vikings have tons of weapons on offense, so we got to figure out a way to get to Kirk Cousins and really rattle him. And he's going deep for Stephon Diggs. And there he goes. Big connection from Kirk Cousins to Diggs. 38-yard reception. Terrible coverage there by our corners. That's something we're definitely going to have to address in the offseason, is the corners. I mean, our secondary is trash. And Kyle Rudolph gets a gain of pretty much nothing on that play. And it's going to be 2nd and 10 coming up. We'll have to run a lot of Tampa 2 here. I think Tampa 2 is probably our best formation. And there's Damon Harrison. I don't know what he's doing there. Oh my gosh, what a big hit there from Gerard Davis. But Cousins somehow finds a way to complete the pass. And that's Kyle Rudolph again. He's been targeted really early here and frequently. So, see if we can make a stop here. And no run here by the Vikings yet. And we get a sack. That's Von Miller with the sack. So a big sack there. He's just been a wrecking ball off the edge since we traded for him from the Broncos. And here we go. We might see the first run of the day on 2nd and 20. And no, they're going to play action again. And I believe that's Irv Smith. I don't know if that's Irv Smith or not. Yeah, it's Irv Smith with the reception. 11-yard reception. 3rd and 9 coming up. And they're passing again. They've been aggressive in the passing game. And they're just going to throw a quick slant. So they're bringing on Dan Bailey to kick a field goal here. Should be a chip shot and should be a 3-0 ball game. I think our defense definitely got going here. I mean, we could have done some things better. I mean, our secondary is really weak in the back end of it. So, I mean, not much we could do there because they just have a plethora of talent at the receiving position. So, and they didn't even run the ball once. So there's J.D. McKissick on the return. He gets us up to about the 25. And starting out, here's Josh Rosen's first drive as a Detroit Lion. Who would have ever thought I'd be saying that? But here we go. Todd Gurley in the backfield. Had a pretty stellar debut last week. And there's Todd Gurley. Can he make it 2 back-to-back weeks of running a touchdown on the first play? No, he cannot. But that's a 26-yard gain for Gurley. And that'll bring up 1st down and 10 on the 48-yard line. We'll go ahead and set up a play action here. Josh Rosen is pretty limited in the passing game. We'll see how his deep arm mechanics are, and we get sacked. So, I mean, we've just been getting sacked this whole season. That's definitely one of our biggest needs heading into the off season. Is definitely our offensive line protection, run and pass. I mean, we got to fix that interior and the offensive line depth to really compete. And let's go ahead and roll out here with Rosen. We're looking. Rosen's going to take off. And that's a gain. It's a gain of about 13, so not bad by Josh Rosen. 3rd and 9 coming up. We'll go ahead and go shotgun here. And we'll go flood drive. So I'm hoping Galladay gets open here, but Hawkinson could possibly be the target here if Galladay can't get open. And we'll just check it down, and he cannot complete that. So Rosen is 0 for 1, and we might have to punt here. What's the field goal looking like? 63 yards. You know what, guys? Josh Rosen says we're going for it, so we're going to go for it on this play. It's a division rival. We desperately need this win. So, and TJ Hawkinson over the middle is wide open, and that was a stellar play call. And TJ Hawkinson, though, goes down with an injury. It looks like he's grabbing his hamstring there, and then he was grabbing his shoulder. I don't know what the diagnosis on that is going to be, but Here we go. We're going to run it with Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley gets the carry, and he's been looking really good so far. We're finally establishing a running game with the Detroit Lions here, but see if Galladay, we might hit him on this comeback route here. I'm not feeling confident in that, and we take the sack. Not much we could do in that situation there, and it's 3rd and 14 coming up. TJ Hawkinson, bruised shoulder. We're bringing you back in, dude. Come on. Go ahead and do a post shot here. Here comes Galladay. Galladay's probably going to be my target here. Yeah, we're going Galladay. And it's intercepted. Harrison Smith with the INT. And he's just going to run it out of bounds. So an excellent interception by Harrison Smith. And our struggles continue offensively. It looked like we had something going, but nothing to ride home about on that. And they continue to pass on us. And we give up a face mask penalty there, and it's going to give them more extra yards. So definitely not what we wanted there. And that's an automatic first down. That'll move them to the 42. And here we go. Jelani Tavai, and they're going screen pass again. And can we get the fumble? And no, he cannot rip it out of the hands of Josh Bellamy there. And here we go, guys. 2nd and 6 coming up. And they're finally running it, and he looks like he's going to break free here. And he's struggling, and he gets to the end zone, so it's going to be a 10-0 lead for the Lions here. Nothing we can really do there. We played the best defense we could possibly play, so it's going to be a 10-0 lead. Not what we were hoping for. Thought that the trade for Josh Rosen would be a little better, maybe give us some kind of spark, but so far, after his interception, really hasn't done much. Todd Gurley, though, has looked back to himself today. And here we go. We're going to run the ball out, and J.D. McKissick gets to about the 20-yard line. So a minute 50 to go in the first quarter here. Probably going to run the ball here. Need to get Josh Rosen in a rhythm here, though. So let's go ahead and go with the pass. Todd Gurley is always an option in a receiving game. I don't know. I'm just going to throw that, and it's picked off again. And that's Anthony Harris. He's going to get a pick 6, and it's 17-0 now. Minnesota Vikings. So the Sliders aren't playing any better. It's either that or we're just terrible at this game, which I think I am very terrible at this game. But 17-0 in the first quarter. It's been like this all season. We just cannot find a rhythm on offense. And here we go, returning the football. Little deja vu. Just did that like 25 seconds ago. And here we go. We got to establish the run game. I mean, we're down 17-0, but this is all we got, really. So let's go ahead and establish it real early here. So Todd Gurley, we hand it off. He's up the middle. Todd Gurley gets a pretty big gain. 3 rushes for 45 yards so far. So like I said, he is our main offensive weapon here. And we cannot get the ball out of Josh Rosen's hands. We're going to get sacked again. This offensive line cannot pass block to save their life. And our offensive line won't get out of the way here. And we get sacked again. Frustrating to say the least. 3rd and 27 coming up. I mean, this has just been a terrible start to the season. We'll go ahead and run it here with Todd Gurley. And Gurley gets about nothing on the Gary. Let's go ahead and punt the ball away here. And we punt it. Not a bad punt here. And we wrap them up. So that'll end the first quarter. Minnesota is up 17-0 off of a Josh Rosen pick and then a Josh Rosen pick 6. So hopefully we can do something on defense here to maybe get the ball. That would be nice. Cousins just continues to find that out route. And he's 9 for 9 for 97 yards here today. Looks like it's going to be a run. It's a play action, and we get there, and that's a sack for Devin Kennard. So 3rd and 14 coming up. Cousins had no chance against our pass rush on that one. And it's another play action, and another sack for Von Miller. That'll make his 2nd of the day. So the Vikings are going to have to punt. That's what we needed, and we get the ball right back. So, and we get the ball to start the second half. So maybe this is finding some momentum for our team. And J.D. McKissick with the return. McKissick, he's going to get a favorable return here, and that's going to get us to about the 47-yard line. And it'll set up a first down pretty much to midfield. So let's go ahead and run Gurley up the middle. He's had a lot of success so far against these defensive tackles, and they're just going to wrap us up there. Let's go ahead and go tight end attack on this one. Just going to throw off our back foot. Not a smart decision. So that's going to go incomplete. 1 for 5, 20 yards, and 2 interceptions for Josh Rosen here today. And definitely not the debut in a Lions uniform he was looking for. Here we go, Rosen. And that's going to get us nothing on the play. But we're going to go ahead and go for it. We're going to be aggressive with our play calls here today because we desperately need this win. And Hawkinson over the middle. Works every time. That makes Rosen's stat line look a little better from here. Let's go ahead and go quick pitch with Gurley here. See if we can get maybe a breakout run here. And we do. And a big hit from Harrison Smith, but Gurley is approaching the 60-yard mark in the first half. And Rosen throws a terrible ball. Definitely maybe thinking I should have kept Stafford. Here we go. Rosen stepping up. Just going to dive for it. Close to a first down, but not there. A little short. 3rd and 2 coming up. Antonio Callaway in the slot is probably going to be our target here. And we just get sacked. So we're going to have to kick a field goal here on 4th and 6 from our own 19. Going to be a 36-yard attempt here from Matt Prater lining up. And the kick is perfect, and it's good. So 17-3 here. We have 4 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the first half, and we do receive the second half kickoff. So if we can get the offense off the field here for the Vikings, maybe we can go down and score again. We'll get the ball back to start the second half, and it would be a tied ball game. So this is going to be a big drive to determine how this game really plays out here in Detroit. And this has been everything the Vikings have been doing on offense so far today is screens outside to Thielen or Diggs. I think we're going to rush Von Miller on the inside to try and get some pressure on Cousins. And don't know what kind of play call that was, but a wide receiver reverse goes for -3 yards, and it's 3rd and 16. So we got to get the offense off the field here. Von Miller's got his X Factor on. And we get the win, and going to throw a little out route, and they're going to punt the ball right back to us. So perfect by the defense. Really hasn't been the defense here today. Josh Rosen's 2 picks, including that pick 6, is really what set this game apart. And here we are, J.D. McKissick. J.D. McKissick's got some room, and it's going to be a face mask, so that's going to give us a few extra yards on the play and set us in favorable position within the field. We're going to get up to the 48. So again, good starting field position. We just gotta get something out of this drive. And I think we're gonna run it with Gurley because he's really all we got going on offense here today, and the Vikings stuffed that one up. Gurley has 7 rushes, 54 yards on the day. Let's go ahead and go verticals here. Hawkinson's probably going to be our target. We're going to go, I believe, Galladay there, and that's going to be a good gain. Close to a first down. That's going to be 3rd and 7 coming up. We'll go ahead and go with a screen pass to Gurley. See if he can separate himself from the defenders here. Take the snap. Gurley's got some room. And he's going to get a big gain for a first down. That's exactly what we needed. There's the 2-minute warning. Let's go ahead and run some clock here and try and get a score before the half, and we get the ball right back. So definitely help us out. Now we're going to run Gurley up the middle. Pretty solid gain, close to that first down marker. Just chipping off the time here. Gonna run Gurley again, and he gets nothing as he's swallowed up there in the backfield. 3rd and 4 coming up, and the clock continues to tick. You could pretty much say the Lions need this win or their season is in limbo. Here we go, Rosen back to throw. He's stepping up in the pocket, and he runs for the first down. The clock will continue to move. 1:10 remaining here in the first half. The offense is probably going to stick with the run here and then try a few shots at the end zone. See what Gurley's got on this play. Gurley has a big lane ahead of him. It's going to be close to a first down here. And now we'll take a few shots at the end zone, see if we can score. And the tight end is wide open, and that's a touchdown, and we inch closer. A touchdown closer to tying this thing up. And that was a great drive from Josh Rosen and the Detroit Lions. And it is 17-10 here with 36 seconds to go in the first half. I think the plan here is probably to squib kick it, take some time off the clock. Don't think the Vikings are going to take any risks. They'll probably run the ball a few times, so we should be in pretty good position to get the ball right back. He's going to get down to about the 33. That's the only thing bad about the squib kicks. Puts you in good field position. So all we got to do is make a few stops here before the end of the half. And they're going to run the ball like expected, and we swallow them up in the backfield. And they're probably just going to let this clock drain down to the end of the first half, which we will receive the second half kickoff. And they're going to pass here. They're going to go underneath to Rudolph. And there we go. So we did exactly what we needed to do. And we're going to get the ball right back with a chance to tie it up. We're once down 17-0. And here's McKissick on the return. And he's going to get pulled down at about the 18-yard line. And we'll go ahead and potentially take a shot deep here. See if we can surprise them a little bit here. We haven't taken very many shots deep this whole game. And Rosen's going to get swallowed up for a big time sack. And the sacks continue to rain in on this Detroit Lions offensive line. They cannot protect Josh Rosen whatsoever. And that's been the story all season long, whether it's Matthew Stafford or now Josh Rosen. I mean, we have just struggled to protect Rosen, and there he goes again, Linval Joseph with a sack. And we're in trouble here. 3rd and 25, backed up against the goal line. Probably gonna have to go quick pitch. We're just gonna be conservative here. Maybe Todd Gurley can get something out of this. And Gurley's running it. Gurley gets to the outside. Gurley jukes, and he's gonna get a decent gain of about 5 yards. And the Detroit Lions are gonna have to punt the football here. And that's exactly what we'll do. And Sam Martin sends the punt. And we're going to get him down to about the 42. So they're definitely in range to potentially get in position to kick a field goal. You're going to have to play really solid here on defense. We have played really good on defense We have played really good on defense today, so let's make a stop here. And Dalvin Cook is stopped, and that's only going to be a 3-yard gain. So we continue to be really solid against the run. Let's go ahead and bring the blitz here. And they're going to run again, and he is swallowed up in the backfield. Good stop there. And they're probably going to go pass here. We'll go ahead and go with some man coverage here. Go with some cover one. Send Von Miller off the edge. Hopefully we can get there. And Von Miller gets off, and Cousins is just going to throw that away before Von Miller gets there. So that's Kirk Cousins' first incomplete pass of the day. He's been going short all day. And they are going to have to punt again, and we're going to get the ball after we stalled out the first drive of the second half, and it just goes into the end zone. And we're going to be put on the 20-yard line here. So we're just going to ground and pound it here with Todd Gurley until they find an answer to stop it. And they found the answer, so we're going to stop it. Go ahead and go with the comeback play action here. Hopefully we can get some protection. And Galladay on the outside. What a throw from Josh Rosen. Haven't really had to put the ball in Rosen's hands that much today, but he makes do of it there with a nice pass to Kenny Galladay on the outside. 1st down and 10 coming up. Throw it to Galladay again. Galladay over the middle. Might be enough for the 1st down, and it's going to be 2nd and inches. We're going to surprise them with the fullback run here up the middle. Run it with the fullback, and we get a solid carry there. I don't know what defense they were playing there, but we probably could have had Gurley run to the outside, and that would have been a big play, maybe even a touchdown. So here we go with the curl flats. Hawkinson's going to be our main target here if he breaks away from the linebacker, and we throw it, and it's intercepted. Josh Rosen throws another interception. It's a killer one. It's going to be 24-10 now, guys. Not much we can do when the pass rush is in our face. And the Vikings extend their lead to 2 touchdowns with 4 minutes and 16 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Still plenty of time here to make a comeback. We were down 17-0, scored 10 unanswered points. Our defense has played solid. We just got to get our rhythm going on offense. That's the main key, and the main key to making this comeback is our offensive line blocking in the trenches, which we haven't been able to do all season. But getting Todd Gurley going is definitely the way we need to go here, and we'll start it out with the run to the outside. We'll see what Todd Gurley's got in the jukebox, and there we go. Solid gain. He's almost to 100 yards. And let's go ahead and go with a vertical play here. Probably looking at Jones Jr. And we just take another sack. It has been a beating here today for Josh Rosen. Try and get something here. Might have Galladay open. And we'll just go to the player there, and it's incomplete. I think we're definitely in the situation where we have to go for it on 4th down here. Probably try something inside over the middle. And Galladay drops the pass, and Vikings are going to get really good field position. So Galladay, the ball was right there, and he dropped the pass. That's all you really can say about that one. Divide dropping in coverage, and it's intercepted by the Lions. That's going to be their first interception of the season. Amani Oruwariye with the interception for the Detroit Lions. So a big-time turnover there. Maybe that's a confidence boost heading into the 4th quarter of this game. But Josh Rosen just cannot turn the ball over. And Gurley can't get anything there. That's going to be -1 yards on the rush. This offense is very limited in what we can do with Josh Rosen. He's very effective in the short to intermediate passing game, and he just gets taken down again. And the Detroit Lions have just let up their 34th sack in the first 6 games of the season. That is a NFL record by a mile. And here we go, 3rd and 16. We're backed up here on our own goal line, and Hawkinson over the middle gets a 1st down. Big time play there. And he's just been our safety blanket, our young quarterback hooking up with his young tight end. That's what you usually see in the game of football. And here we go over the middle, and that is way overthrown by Josh Rosen. It's one of his concerns coming out of UCLA, being a 1st-round draft pick to the Cardinals, and then traded a year later to the Dolphins. And here we go. We're going to go play action here. See if we can get something underneath. And it's dropped. The pass is dropped there. We have seen plenty of drops this season by the Lions receivers. And some question the work ethic of this team under new head coach Matt Ice. It has been a struggle all season. And Rosen gets sacked again. And they have sacked him 10 times on the day. It's been a rough outing for Josh Rosen in his debut with the Lions. And the decision here, they got to go for it on 4th down. Might not be the smartest move here, but they have to. They're in a situation where they have to go for it. And the pass rush is coming, and it's incomplete. So the Vikings will get the ball on turnover on down, so the interception was all for nothing. But the Lions will definitely be targeting a quarterback in next year's draft in April. I've looked at a couple of players on the draft board, and they're definitely keeping an eye on a few quarterbacks that are mobile. And the Vikings continue their screens to the outside. That has been what their offense has been here today. And excuse me, guys, little allergies here today. It's that time of year for allergies, so. And it's a touchdown to Dalvin Cook, and the Vikings extend their lead 31-10. And the Lions continue to struggle to find their identity. I mean, who would want to play for this team right now? I know Von Miller's probably requesting a trade to Mad Ice right now. Mad Ice, coming from the University of Texas as an offensive coordinator, thought he was going to come in here and change around the program here in Detroit, and it has just not found its way into the NFL. His exotic West Coast offense has just been a failure to this point in the National Football League, and they're going to run it up the middle with Gurley, and he's not going to get anything. So it looks like the team is just giving up on him in front of his eyes, in front of his very eyes, and it's a sad thing to see for a team that thought they were going to make a Super Bowl push before the season. And there is a pass to Gurley there, and Rosen has been trash up to this point. And they'll go ahead and go play action here. Hopefully they can get something. It's Hawkinson on the outside, and he drops another pass. How many passes have the Detroit Lions dropped on both the offense and defensive side of the football this season? I would keep count, but it would be too many to keep count of. Rosen takes the snap. Galladay on the outside, and that's a complete throw there from Josh Rosen. Lions have to continue to fight, even though they're down big here. And Rosen is going to go down for the 11th time today. It is a bloodfest here in the Motor City. And Hawkinson gets a solid gain of about, I believe, 9 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd and 13 coming up. And we have seen this so many times today where the Lions are 3rd and long, potentially having to go for it on 4th down. It just speaks volumes to this coaching staff and what kind of game plans they're putting together. And it doesn't look like the game plans are coming together at all. And another drop pass from the Lions receivers. It's been like this all season. So to say the least, this video has been a complete flop. And it's a nice pass to Hall Jr. It looks like Josh Rosen is just going to put up the garbage stats. Excuse me. Rosen throwing deep, and it's incomplete. He misses a wide open receiver. And these were the concerns for Rosen. This is why the Detroit press really thought hard about trading Matthew Stafford, and fans were not happy of the trade, because Josh Rosen has been a bust up to this point. And Rosen throws a pass, and it's a fumble. Oh my Lord, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. What a mediocre showing by this Detroit Lions team. And Mad Ice is going to have to regroup and get his team focused again for next week. I mean, this is still a long season ahead. They're going to drop to 0-6 on the year. And it looks like they're in line for that #1 overall draft pick next season. Kirk Cousins takes a snap, and it's going to be a play action here, and he just finds Irv Smith on the sideline. You can tell with almost 20 pass attempts, Kirk Cousins' average yards per throw isn't going to be very high in this game. They haven't asked him to do very much in this game passing the football. And their offense really hasn't done anything against this Detroit Lions defense. It has been all turnovers from Josh Rosen, which has really put the stamp on this game as a blowout. And Dalvin Cook runs up the middle, and that's going to be a stop by the Lions defense. They have been in the backfield all day to stop the run. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and long here almost to about midfield, and they're going to run the ball again, and there it goes. The Lions' run defense has been so impressive this year in their ability to get to the backfield, but they cannot stop the pass. They cannot get the turnovers that they need, and the offense just fizzles out. Gurley gets a few big gains, and that's just going to bounce in the end zone, and we're going to be on the 20. And you see there, we started off with 69 yards in this game, and since then Gurley only has 12 yards rushing since the start of the second half. And we're definitely going to have to pass here to get something going, and it's going to be another sack by this Minnesota Vikings team, and this has been a beatdown in the Motor City, and Rosen just gets hit again. We have no time to throw, and with the number 1 pick next year, they might be trading down to acquire more picks and acquire more offensive line, because this offensive line has been god awful this year. Rosen takes the snap. He's going to look deep, and that's going to be incomplete once again. And Matt Ice is put in a difficult situation here. Does he just punt the ball and in the game, or does he go for it on 4th and long? I think he's going to go for it. You got to be happy with his aggressive play call, but at some point they got to start getting something going on offense. And it's incomplete, so the Vikings are going to get the ball. And this game is officially over. It was over pretty much at halftime, but Detroit totally fizzled out, and they're going to run up the middle with Dalvin Cook, and he's going to get not a big gain, but decent amount of gain, and that's going to be the 2-minute warning. And these are the games that totally rip the rug right out from under you. You think you have a chance going into the game, and it totally goes the opposite way. And the Lions continue to play hard on defense, even though their offense continues to put them out on the field when they have been busting their ass all day. And let's see if the Lions can make a goal line stop here once again. And that's going to be an easy touchdown for Dalvin Cook, and that's going to make it 38-10. He continues to pile on. And the Lions, a team that has averaged 10 points per game and has given up the high 20s in points allowed this season. This team has to be demoralized. And we could potentially see a head coaching change at the end of the season. Is Matt Ice going to be back? If the Lions go 0-16, we shall know by the end of the season. They signed him to a lucrative 8-year contract worth over $120 million, but we'll see if he's back. He was supposed to bring an innovative offense from the University of Texas, and it has been nothing but garbage, and it is picked off once again. So the slaughter continues. 1:04 to go, and this game is nothing but sealed from here on out. And you can see the Lions defense is just not wanting to be out there on the field. They're embarrassed by the way this offense has played, and man, this is a beatdown here in the Motor City. And Dalvin Cook runs through, and that's going to be probably the last play of the game here as the clock runs out. And the Detroit Lions are still winless here through 6 weeks of ball. They're 0-6. Their worst start in a very, very long time. And the Lions are on pace to finish with the worst record in the league and acquire the #1 overall pick. We shall see if that comes to fruition. But the offense was downright terrible today, guys. Josh Rosen, mostly garbage time stats. 15 of 32, a touchdown, 4 picks, 196 yards. He was awful. Todd Gurley didn't do much after starting pretty well. Receiving, Galladay had a good game. Hawkinson, sacks-wise, the Vikings, we're not even going to talk about their pass rush, but Von Miller had 2 sacks and Kennard had 1, so 3 sacks on the day. We got our first pick on the season, so 38-10, not the way I wanted to come back and get this Detroit Lions franchise going again, but it's just how it works out sometimes, man. But we will definitely be posting later today our Face of the Franchise series. If you haven't watched that video yet, go ahead and go to the playlist. It is in the playlist, and you will see who we were drafted by. If you already know, we're heading to Vegas, baby. Anyways, y'all have a great day, and be sure to like and subscribe, turn on them post notifications. Every time I go live, y'all will be notified. And until next time, guys, peace out.